be so good here. Kaja is also one of the priority bans here for the Malaysian and the Vietnamese teams here, because Kaja has been a very effective in the past couple of days when I saw them play.
And honestly, for myself, I wasn't able to like analyze their games actually, just watching them. They're okay. I'm not actually sure if Bosskurr is the actual pronunciation.
Yeah,
Of
Bosskurr.
Bosskurr. I wonder what it means. Do you know what it means at all?
I think the chat can let us know what the Bosskurr
yeah.
means, or maybe it's just really a name. You know, just like how Zen Esports is named. It's basically just Zen Esports. It's a literal
Yeah,
name.
it's okay. So, what does Bosskurr mean? I'm looking at now. So, also it's a meme actually. It's just my boss. It just means my boss.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is interesting. But
Okay.
going back in the draft, just like what we mentioned, Thumbs is going to be the priority pick here for both of these teams. But since Natalia was available, Natalia is going to be picked up, and the Ling is going to be picked up. That's going to be a Lakes on that Ling. Really could not go wrong with Lakes on the Ling. And an Esmeralda. This composition here from Bosskurr really looks deadly, to say the least, but they're a bit squishy at the same time.
Yeah, it's anything but tanky at this point. I mean, sure, you can argue that Esmeralda is considered a tank, and many times in the game can be considered like one of the what can soak a lot of damage. But when it comes to just fight head on, which is always evident when there's the Thams in your opponent's side, and if there's a Kimi that deals so much damage, yeah, they will melt. And then Ling, though, the only thing that's good now is that they are so mobile. I mean, if you just look at the Falling Star Moon, all of the dashes coming out from the Ling, and of course all the wall mechanics, and then Natalia with the invisibility, yeah, they do have a lot of ways to escape their opponents. But when they are found, when they are tagged by their opponents, it's easy for them to die. So, yeah, it's gonna be so deadly. But at the same time, if they aren't performing good, they will be easily defeated by their opponents.
And they will actually ban out the high loss, opening up the Atlas, which is a high priority pick for both of these teams. High loss, of course, will be a valuable asset here for Kimi in order to kite and or escape and engage at the same time with the Glorious Pathway. With the Atlas being picked up as well, if at any time Esmeralda or Natalia decides to show themselves at the same exact time that they're targeting Kimi, Atlas will go for the Fatal Links, push everyone away, and then everybody's gonna be happy on the side here of VEO.
Lunox, a hero that we have been seeing for so long now. It's gonna be picked up by Bosskurr, and it's Baksha. Now, also a lot of off-meta, at least in the Philippines. And then, I'm gonna be apologizing in advance if I'm always saying about something about meta and stuff. When you feel like I am saying something wrong, maybe it's not. It's just that now applicable from our country. But I'm seeing a lot of, for example, a lot of Hanzo has been played in Indonesia, maybe a month prior to when it was used in the Philippines, which just tells us that Indonesia has their own meta that can also be applied in the Philippines, but obviously will be available or will be prominent in other parts of Asia before us. And I don't know if Baksha and Lunox is like the go-to stuff for Malaysia for now, but at least from where we stand, we rarely see the Baksha anymore as well as the Lunox. Yeah. Nevertheless, the opposing side, pretty standard stuff.
Pretty standard indeed, and it's the safer composition here. But the heroes that you have to look out for is going to be Fong Ni on that Atlas. And on the side of Bosskurr, we need to take a look at the Natalia and the Ling at the same time.
You know what? This is gonna be scary because it's still Kimi, and Kimi is still very easy to kill. And with Italian Ling, you'll never run out of like assassination prowess. Maybe the one that I'm really interested about is how will they use this Lunox? Is this actually a core Lunox, or is this like more like a utility support Lunox with that's really, I would say, overwhelming when it comes to damage? It might be a support Lunox. So I've seen this before. It was also used by some teams here in the Philippines, and it works in a way that you're also mobile and elusive, being a support while also dishing out damage. You may not be that tanky, but at least you have that order of chaos, brilliance, I mean, and you deal so much damage against your opponent. So she will pick up the mask as a full-fledged support now, at least for boss.
Yeah, and the funnel here will be focused onto Ling and onto Esmeralda at the same time. We haven't seen any masks being picked up just yet by these guys. But interesting to note, though, the Vietnamese counterparts here, they were starting as a 5-man presence, heavy 5-man presence in the river, in order for them to establish dominance over the Litho Wanderer, and then decided to disengage, go for the buffs. That's timing being disrupted there for the carries here, for the course of Bosskurr.
That's right. Okay. Additionally, I would say that this Natalia is going to be played as a core, like a side laner, but without masks. So this is just a 2-mask setup, at least for Bosskurr. And I think there's going to be a clash in the middle. Seeing right now, it's a little some exchanges. They want to go for the Baksha, but we know that Baksha is one of the strongest, one of the tankiest heroes out there, and this feels like a rotation to answer this grab take, but Lakes on the Ling will still get it, Nomad.
And now it's a complete disengage here by VEO. They're losing this rotation from Bosskurr. Lake's going to be forced to use the Tempest of Blades to escape the grasps of Alpenlieb there on that Popolin Koopa. But they do manage to secure a kill onto Fong Ni on that Atlas.
Yeah. Kaiser, though, wants to go for a little bit of an execution of the backlines, and again, damage is dealt. And Natalia will also be there to get maybe a supplementary kill. But under the turret, it will be exchanged. So that's a Kimi that they took down. They're happy with it. And in addition, they want to go for the Thams, and they did. They got a Thams. So it's a 3-4-2 takedown. A support and a core for blue side now. Bosskurr want to go for the steal, but it was not secured, though, by Fonji on this Atlas. I hope I did not pronounce that incorrectly. Fong Ni. There you go.
Yeah, I guess it's gonna be safer for us to like, call out
just
the heroes.
Just the names, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
Because we don't want to offend any of our Vietnamese fans that are
That's
watching
right.
this. And as I say this, Falling Star Moon, they're on to 3. Well, technically 3 because of Koopa, but still, that's a lot of bodies falling down here on the side of VEO. That was a good response there by Bosskurr. Immediately after the Falling Star Moon was initiated, they dove. The rest of the Bosskurr lineup just dove straight right in to ensure those 3 kills.
Whew. They're all in, and they know that they can surprise their opponents with all of the damage that they have. It might not be enough for VEO to react with their own stuns. Fatal Links, as good as it is as a stun, a group crowd control, it still has to pump up. I mean, it still needs to be casted for a while, and then you'll know what happens. There's the Fatal Links, and again, escape, but not gonna be the case. The turret is there. Lack of respect, actually, from Lakes. Too far forward, or maybe doesn't have much energy to actually get away, safe, faster.
And because of that, that's going to be Ling out of the game, one unable to get any resources. Zaraki, though, trying to take down Alpenlieb. Alpenlieb will manage to survive there barely, and they will be paying the price here. So Zaraki actually manages to survive there. And a good disengage altogether there by VEO. And that will also be the bottom lane turret secured.
Bottom lane secured. That's what they want with the Kimi, and they weren't able to use the Kimi anyway, so that's the Jawhead. But obviously, in the next minutes, I would assume that Style of Me on this Kimi would really want to get their hands on turrets starting soon because they donned the Popol and Koopa. And this is a hard lesson that we have to forget. When you are all-inning on the push, specifically with this Kimi Popol lineup, you definitely need to take down turrets as soon as possible. And maybe defend your turrets. That's what they're doing right now. Fortunately, that's a Jawhead. And Jawhead's one of the teams, one of the heroes that really good with this kind of lineup.
Yeah, and VEO will be taking map priority here in this game by shoving down all the tier 1 turrets. They have free reign over the jungle here of Bosskurr. Bosskurr will be able to retaliate on that. They just need to find an opening where VEO won't be in a good spot. And Zaraki, speaking of good spots, is poised to go into the back lines here and try to assassinate the Kimi.
But with 2 bodyguards, Kimi will be safe. On top, though, the Crab steal against the Thamps. They commit the Tempest of Blaze, want to go for the Thamps, and they do have damage. And that's what they're never lacking at. Then again, with this Kimi and this Popol, they were able to take down the Turtle. At least a trade-off that you would really prefer in favor of VEO. But with that kill on the turret, with the takedown on the turret, I mean, that's a better trade now for blue side, which is Bosskurr. More clashes going to happen, Nomad? Or will there be just disengages from both teams? I guess they will just go for disengages.
Yeah, playing it safe, that's what Bosskurr wants here, because they want to make sure that Lakes and Zaraki hits their spikes. And it's going to be a while. We might see Lakes and Zaraki really be an impact as soon as we hit the 9th-minute mark. And moving forward, it's just safe place here for these guys.
Did I disconnect?
You did not. I think I was the one that got disconnected there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, of course. You were the one controlling it. Silly me. Anyways, 9 kills already for Bosskurr. They have also amassed not much of a lead. This is interesting because even with like a 6-kill difference, they still don't have the best economic lead over their opponent. This tells us a lot about the economy, though. But then again, they will take down the Jawhead. Can they get more, though? Nomad, I'm not seeing clearly. Maybe you can narrate what is happening now.
I'm trying to figure out what's happening as well. My screen is kind of laggy, but that was a take onto Jawhead.
Yeah.
Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. We're from the Philippines, and we are connected to the servers here of the Malaysians and the Vietnamese. So, you know, there's
it's not
that.
the best.
It's not the best, but we're trying to deliver the best action as the maximum charge almost takes down Scott.
Yeah, Scott Samion, but that's a Baksha with Athena Shield, a little bit magic defense boots, and for sure, this is a hero that can really tank the damage from the Kimi. It's one of those heroes, Lolita and Basha, heroes that really want to go up against Kimi. And they're happier facing the Kimi and happier receiving the damage from Kimi from nothing. And obviously, that's not going to be a kill. But with all of the economy, with all of the objectives, I mean, that Kimi was able to secure for the team, VEO is actually evening it up when it comes to the overall gold. It's just 1,000 gold lead. And with a 7-kill difference, you would argue that, hey, we're doing okay if you're from VEO. EXP as well, it's almost the same. They're actually leading. The red side is actually leading. So the funnel is still pretty much substantial, I would say, for the Kimi. A little bit of punishment here now for Scott Samion. So aggressive at this moment. We'll look at how tanky he is. It actually dodges the maximum charge, but Sakura is going to be the one to receive that maximum charged rocket.
We're going to be down to half HP as well. And really, the Bosskurr, this isn't how I saw Bosskurr play a couple of days ago. They were VEO's being completely dominant in this game, unable to secure any foothold into the game aside from the top and bottom tier 1 turrets. VEO is just able to just roll around freely here into the jungle of Bosskurr. And that because of that, Lakes and Zaraki. Oh, speaking of Kaiser, yeah, Kaiser's gonna get Fatal Links. But that is going to be a trade for the top lane as Bosskurr secures the kill onto Thumbs. But VEO will be pushing up here in the bottom lane.
Yeah, that's so quick, honestly, because that's the Kimi. It's the power that you get from this kind of lineup that every time you get kills, it's more than enough to actually take down turrets and go for objectives. And even the Lord is going to be threatened now by Style of Me, the Kimi. If they do so wish, if they feel confident, but knowing that this is a Natalia game, they don't really want to overcommit onto those objectives that might be turned around. I also said, with the retribution in effect for the Ling, maybe the Kimi lineup will not be that confident into taking the Lord because it can be stolen away so easily with that retribution. So even after taking down the turret of bottom lane in a very good positioning around the Lord area, they will not oblige. Top lane though, just lane push pressure coming out from the Natalia, almost taking down the turret, but with Thams in there, able to defend. Nomad, it seems like they just want to poke at this point, but we'll see if somebody makes a mistake.
I mean, it's pretty much a stalemate here for the next 2 minutes. I feel like as soon as the 2 minutes are up, that's when the proper Lord take is going to start here, and I feel like it is going to be started by VEO. But that being said, top lane is being pressured really, really well. Zaraki here will go ahead and silence everything. Silence up the Thumbs, allowing the kill to be secured there. Good follow-up by the Falling Starman as well.
Bash is so tanky, just tanking through 4 members of his opponents. Finally falls. But have they committed so much? They are now being surrounded. Then again, the formation of Bosskurr at this point is not the best yet in terms of like team fights, but they can do assassinations now. They can poke, they can try to go for low-hanging fruits, but they will not get anything. There's the one though. The Joy gonna be taken down. Kaiser found by ONIC, but Kaiser is gonna be able to run away too. So that's 2 for 1 actually, all over the map.
If you noticed the map earlier on, it was VEO being able to just push up and take down Basha, but they were completely surrounded by the members of Bosskurr. And I think that is going to be how the game style is going to be. They're going to be coming in multiple fronts, and as I say that, the multiple fronts happened there by Natalia and Ling. There goes the Tempest of Blades, catching a lot of people low. Fatal Links will not be enough to deter this double kill from Legs, and Legs going to be backing off relatively healthy even though he was under the turret.
And it's going to be automatic for them to take down the Lord now with Retribution intact. They also have a lot of damage. I mean, the Ling, the Bash in there to tank the damage coming out from the Lord. And it's not like the Thams can steal this so easily. Thams, as good as a hero it is, it doesn't have like the innate way to steal Lords like that, or maybe just contest them. Now, gonna be the purple buff, gonna be the point of contention, but it will be secured once again by the Ling. Taking it away from the Kimi is just as equally good as just getting that purple buff for themselves.
Looking at how the graph is, we're seeing a big spike in gold here by Bosskurr, not allowing them any chance, not allowing VEO any chance to come back into this game. Speaking of comebacks, no comebacks available here for the Thumbs. He's just going to be soaking up the damage that was thrown at him. And this top lane turret is going to go down.
Bottom lane, they would go for Scott Samian with the Lord. Or who's protecting the Lord, actually? It probably is the Basha at this point. Lunox in there. Mid lane going to be pressured by Ling. Top lane, Natalia and Esmeralda is there. It's all out. Pronged attack coming out from Bosskurr. Mid lane, you have to be careful with this because Kaiser kind of feels that he wants to jump. Unfortunately, there will not be any casualties. Although I say that, Hongni though jumps in.
Oh,
there is a Fatal Links. I mean, sorry. Great. But of course, the defense coming out from the Basha. Esmeralda is going to be taken out though. It's a lot of burst. And of course, the damage from the turret, combining it together to take down the Esmeralda. Nice jump with Fatal Links. That's well done.
And that is Bosskurr equalizing the map and even putting a lot of pressure on the side of VEO. Mid lane turret is going to be the next viable objective here for the side of Bosskurr. They may just start pushing up, shoving up the top side and the bottom lane so that the attention of VEO here would be all over the place and they won't be able to answer any of these lanes properly.
See. Oh. Okay. Now, Lakes got Samyun. Gonna be found by this Atlas. Atlas wants to focus on the lane, but so hard to do that. And with the maximum charge not timed perfectly, that meant that the retribution was ready for Lakes. Was able to steal that buff once again. Not and Kimmy at this point in the game, Nomad. I think purple buffs matter still for the Kimmy because Kimmy depends on the chemical transformation, or at least the first skill, and that is also dependent on energy, which is also helpful if you have that purple buff. And I tested this out. I mean, there's a lot more first kills that you can dish out just by having that purple buff. Like it's almost like almost 2 times, like 1.5 times that you can get out. And in the late game, that also matters a lot.
It completely does. Just having a lot more energy means
Yeah.
that DPS is going to be a main thing, and with Bosskurr depriving
My goodness.
with just Bosskurr depriving a Style of Me any chance to get the purple buffs, Kimmy won't be as much of an impact in the game. I mean, it's still a Kimmy. Kimmy still hurts. Kimmy can still dish out a lot of damage, but with a purple buff and an orange buff at the same time, that's when Kimmy can start to hurt. And as I say, that mid lane is gonna go down.
Okay. Now blue buff, but of course retribution is ready. And it's almost telegraphed at this point. Now you have to take note, if you're VEO, you have to be scared of your bottom lane. Bottom lane, Natalia is going to be there to push. And Lakes maybe just to try and stop potential recalls out there. Counter push though in the middle. Style of Me, the Kimmy. This is going to be much faster. Lakes in trouble. Tempest of Blade is going to be used just to run away. And they may have taken the bottom lane turret. Inhibitor. Nevertheless, Kimmy, with the speed of takedown of turrets, was able to even it out.
And this is Zaraki just doing his job, pushing in on the side lanes and just not allowing VEO to have any chance of a breather here. But Zaraki may just pay the price, and he will. The wild charge is not the wild charge. The maximum charge is going to be connecting onto Zaraki to secure that kill. The annoying Natalia player onto Zaraki.
I like that Natalia just straight up just went downwards, not even tried for a zigzag play.
Yeah.
Because he knows he's gonna, no matter what happens, he's gonna die. Gonna be hit by that maximum charge. Now it's gonna be 4 versus 5, Nomad. And even when we are saying there's a big lead that Bosskurr already amassed with this problem that they have when it comes to taking objectives, it's going to be an issue for them now getting into the late game, especially with the Lord areas. We are now lagging as Lunox also taken out from the left side of the map. It's top lane. Lakes in trouble. And yeah, not taken down yet. Still alive. Barely breathing. It's okay. As the turret up top, we're going to be falling down.
Yeah, and the Falling Star Moon to secure the kill onto Alpenleave on that Popolin Koopa. Evens out the kills here in this game.
Yeah.
But the real question here is that who will be securing the Luminous Lord? That is a very, very crucial objective for both of these teams, considering the fact that there's already an open door towards the base of both of these teams.
Scary. So bottom lane, that's a harder lane to like answer compared to the mid lane. Just because of the fact that mid lane is just easier access to any part of the lane. You can go to the mid lane as quicker than you go to the bottom lane. But that's not a factor that probably teams are concerned with. What they are concerned now is that one lane is going to be pushing against us, but one lane is also pushing for us. And that means that the team that will take more advantage of that fact will almost win the macro battle. And if they play their cards right, they can go for like cheeky punishes, like maybe take down the Lord from the noses of their opponents, or maybe get another push to top lane or bottom lane, right? So
Yeah.
they have their cards now, Nomad. Let's see who plays them right.
Is who's gonna be the poker face here, not reveal anything. Speaking of reveal anything, Zaraki and Lakes reveals themselves here onto Thumbs. That's gonna be Alpinleaf trying to chase down this Ling, and you cannot, you know, have you ever had an experience where you got chased down by the dog and you're right above a wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what Lakes was feeling there, because as soon as Alpinleaf catches the Ling player, let's not go there just yet, because Sakura's gonna go down. Scott's gonna be next in line. We are experiencing some internet connectivity issues here. Natalia is gonna be joining in on the fight in the back lines, and this is not looking good for Bosskurr. They need to recall, and Natalia, I believe, is gonna try to go for a base race, but they are gonna be forced back because there's gonna be a minion push here into the mid lane. They need to start clearing up those soul minion there. Kaiser did a good job. He gets pulled down by the falling star mode. There goes the last insanity as well, but that is going to be the defense.
No minions now. Natalia should defend this. Who is... Oh, there's nobody who's gonna respond next. Gonna go for the Kimi kill though, but it's gonna be duly punished now by the members of VEO, and it should be over. Nobody responding, minions available, and Kimi in there to take out the base. For the longest time, it was an uphill climb for the Vietnamese squad. They didn't even get the lead until the ending clash, and they will reap the victories. It's all about Nomad. It's all about objectives. The game of Mobile Legends.
And objectives are the biggest factor here. It doesn't matter if you have the kills. It doesn't matter if you get all of them. If you get 5 wipeouts in the game. If you cannot close out the game, you don't lose. You don't win it. And with that being said, VEO will be taking that game. And I like how... I should say
it's a last picked Uranus. It doesn't feel like it's just forced. It's just like they had no choice but to pick this. It makes now a lot of sense because it's the Granger, and there's no legit way for Granger to take down the Uranus. Maybe when the Granger is like ahead by two items ahead in terms of farm, maybe they'll get the chance. But if I am a Uranus player, I'm so happy with this game. And I will not hesitate getting that execute for myself. There's like no stunts, there's no hard CC that I'm afraid of, that I need to purify. For example, perhaps maybe you're scared of the Abyssal Arrow, but you can always dodge that. And if you're Jawhead with the ejector, I'm happy to be ejected in front of my opponents this game. So this Uranus pick, as you saw in the draft, was almost automatically picked. And for many reasons, I would approve.
Man, the 8G lifestyle is properly approved here by Mr. 8G himself.
Yep.
Yeah, it does make sense. Like, you don't have to pick up Purify for a Selena or even a Croc. The Wild Charge isn't worthy of a Purify, even.
Yep. And this game, again, I'm going to say this just for emphasis. You're going to be happy to be receiving that ejector for your team. You're happy in front of your opponents. And we'll see. This could be the early clash in the invade. You could knock up Kaiser now. Cyclone I picked up, but purple buff is going to belong to the blue team, actually. But a lot of punishments going to happen now. Ranger in trouble. Execute. Where is it? It's already used. But at least they'll give the Kimi the kill. So in exchange for the purple buff, they'll get and lose their they'll lose 2 members, 3 members actually. I'm not sure if that's a fair trade for blue team.
Whenever you lose, I mean, whenever you lose 3 members on the side on your team just for a buff, that's always a losing trade, so to speak. But you know, I have never seen VEO get a success here on the Granger. It's almost always you see that happen where the Death Sonata is going to be used preemptively to try to zone out the members here of Bosskurr, but it's not the wisest thing, because more than likely you're gonna have to always use your Death Sonata in the middle of a team fight and not be at the start of a team fight in order for you to at least guarantee or get a better chance in securing a kill.
Yeah. Jump against this Grok, and they're trying because they know that the wild charge is not available, and they have more than enough tools to work around with, and they'll take the kill, giving it to the Uranus this time. Push is not gonna commence, but it's okay. Kaiser still follows suit. Look at how confident he is, because he knows that even when there's an eject or there's the jawhead, he will not be killed.
That was the execute.
That's just how it goes. It's just how it goes, man.
And if you did not have an execute, you wouldn't have secured that kill.
That's right. That's also true. Now see, this is the makings of the HG lifestyle. You always the argument is, if you just straight up kill your opponents, why would you need your Purify? Why would you need Flicker? Why would you need to run away? If you could just kill them, right?
Oh, that was a questionable wild charge though by me. That's
you have to take.
Yeah, you were saying.
This is avarice, Uranus. So that means that those free shots that you're giving to the Uranus means that he will be getting so much gold in return, and you will get to critical mass earlier. So they kill off the Grok, and they might even get more. Execute is available, and Execute will be used. Second kill for Kaiser and the gang. They'll get the third as well with Popol and Koopa. No need to hype that up, Nomad, because it is Telecraft. That's how strong this is.
It is, and speaking of which, the Kaiser, very confident on that Uranus, is going to be diving down behind the enemy lines, not giving a single care for the world. Nice interception there, but Kaiser still manages to come out on top. Execute is not available. He's going to run away. He's got 20 seconds before he gets the Execute available. That's going to be the turtle being secured by Popol and Koopa and Kimi as well. And look at this Kaiser, 8-0 and 4 minutes into the game.
Because there's no kill threat for him. He's at 3.4 thousand. Enchanted Talisman means that there's a lot of cooldown reduction. Mana is no longer a problem with double armor. So it's Leather Jerkin as well as the armor boots, which means that the Granger is not a threat. Nobody is a threat at this point. And you have to take note, Avarice was available for Kaiser. Meaning to say that this guy is getting so much gold in the early stages. And it's already snowball for the Kimi. 14k compared to 8k. It's easy to say that they have taken this game. And we'll see how Kaiser will again backstab people. Execute is available. A stun on the Grok means death. And I'm sure about that, but they didn't stun him. Flicker was used.
Flicker was used, but that is space created for the Kimi to push up the top lane. And that is going to be another intercept here by this Jawhead. Zaraki not in a good spot, but will manage to make it out alive.
You can see now this is 4 deaths, 4 turrets that they were able to get on top of 14 kills, putting them up to 7,000 gold in 5 minutes. That's a rare occurrence, especially in pro matches. Want to punish that Uranus, but I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I am. At this point, there's not a kill threat on the Uranus.
Not a kill threat at all, and again, I'm really questioning the Granger pick. It should have been a carry. A carry would have been better here against the Uranus. Right. And as I say this, 2 members quickly falling down by the hands of Bosskurr, making it a 1-for-2 trade. And this is going to be an easy turtle take for them.
Turtle take or the bottom lane
or
turret
or both.
Or both. You're correct, because there's a cannon in there. And Scott Simon says, "Okay, this is free, and I'll take it." I mean, of course, the purple buff will be secured by the Granger, but it doesn't matter, as the better trades are going to happen for VEO. So different from the peers again. The ejector, Cyclone Ice, step on it, bro, but step in there. Maybe they're just baiting. Maybe they are just baiting as they take down the Selena.
And over the top side, Kaiser has Execute available in 5 seconds, but he doesn't.
Okay.
He actually doesn't need the Execute. He's going to be offering himself to the gods. And he's going to get taken out.
Okay. So the kill threat is the turret, I guess, at this point. I mean, himself. The kill threat is himself. The only one that can kill this Uranus is the Uranus's mind. But as a result, they were able to finish up all the outer turrets now in favor of VEO, and exploding the lead up to 9,000. And eliminating the Thams means that this could potentially be like a high ground challenge for VEO. And the thing is, when Uranus dove and died, it's way too early. The death timer is not that massive yet.
It's not that massive, and considering the fact that he also has the 8G lifestyle ready and waiting, this mid lane turret is going to go down, and we will expect Granger or Selena to fall down quickly under the hands of these guys. And the nice Guardian's Barrier there to stop the cannon minion from getting into range, but a lot of things happening left and right. Zaraki secures the kill onto Thumbs with the knockup. No Way of the Dragons being expended just yet, waiting for the right opportunity to use the Way of the Dragon, and the Way of the Dragon must be used on this Granger. If not, onto that Jawhead, Sakura's going to be forced to use the Flicker.
Yeah.
And here's the good thing about this. Since we're not in the 10-minute mark, Turtle's going to be up.
Yep.
No Lords just yet, and this is all Turtle takes secured by Bosskurr.
It's almost always rewarding for teams that are leading by so much to be aggressive in before the 10-minute mark, because the turtle timers are just so good, and your death timers are also quick that even if you die by being overly aggressive, it's still okay. Look at what Kaiser is doing. This is called freezing the minion wave, and it sometimes works because I'm sure that it's more applicable in the side lanes, but sometimes you can do it just for your funnel receiver to take some other objectives in other parts of the map.
Yeah, and the rest of VEO just ignored him completely because they know they can't handle him individually, because there are a lot of things that they have to focus on. Speaking of focusing on, the Way of the Dragon is going to be focused on to that Thumbs. Another kill onto Jawhead, and it's just a matter of time before
Granger,
Bosskurr secures this game. And again, the Granger being picked up here is not the best of calls here for VEO. A carry would be the best option to go on to this Uranus, and Uranus doesn't care. Kaiser doesn't care. He's just standing there.
Yep.
He's just getting this Uranus is just getting pounded left and right, and he doesn't care.
Might even get the kill. Whoever overextends now, but the base is gonna be in shambles as game 2 goes in favor of Bosskurr. Very nice last pick with the Uranus, and I would say poor decision on the Granger, and I think that we have the right to say it because even the stats don't lie. 0, 4, and 3 for the Granger. I'm not sure actually how much damage this Granger dealt, but I assume that's just very low. And all has been said and done. This is one